नमो नमो निजेरवे परित्रायाण्यानां पदये नमो नमः सृगाभ्यो जिगागुं सद्भ्यो मुष्टतां पदये नमो नमो शिवभ्यो नक्तञ्चरभ्य प्रकृतानां पदये नमो नमः उष्णीशिने गिरिचराय कुलुच्चानां पदये नमो नमः विष्णुभ्यो गन्वाभिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आत्मवानेभ्यः प्रतिदानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छभ्यो विसुजभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो सद्भ्यो विद्यभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सवद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्तिष्ठभ्यो धावभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सवाभ्यः सवापदिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपदिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमः व्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यश्च गुम्फलीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो वृषपदिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपदिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रतिभ्यो रतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रतेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुण्यिष्टेभ्यो निशालेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः निषुभ्यो धनपगुभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विगजपरोतिवासाः प्रतिपूरुषमेककपालान् निर्भवति राधा एव प्रजा रुद्रान् निर्वदयते एकमतिरिक्तं जनिष्यमाना एव प्रजा रुद्रान् निर्वदयते एककपाला भवन्ति एकदैव रुद्रं निर्वदयते नाभिकारयति यद्विकारयेत् अन्तर्विचारिणकं रुद्रं एकोन्मुखेन यन्ति तद्धि रुद्रस्य वागधेयम् इमां दिशयन्ति एषा वै रुद्रस्य दिक् स्वायामेव दिशि रुद्रं निरवदयते रुद्रो वा अपशुकाया आहुत्यैनाशिक्षत असौ ते पशुरिषिर्दिशेद्यं स्यात् यमेव द्वेष्टि तमस्मै पशुं निर्दिशति यदि न स्यात् आगुस्ते पशुरिति ब्रूयात् न ग्राम्यान् पशून् हिनस्ति नारण्यान् चतुष्पदे जुहोति एषः अग्नीनां द्विषो नाम अग्निवत्येव जुहोति मध्यमेन वर्णेन जुहोति सुर्गेशा अतो खलु अन्तमेनैव होतव्यम् अन्तत एव रुद्रं निरवदयते एष ते रुद्रभागः सहस्रस्रमत्रिकयेत्याः शरद्वा अस्याम्बिका स्वसाः तया वा एष हिनस्ति यगुं हिनस्ति तयैवैनगुं सहशमयति भेषजङ्गवैत्याः यावन्त एव ग्राम्या पशवः तेभ्यो भेषजं करोति मूर्धानं दिवो हरतिं पृथिव्या वै वानरब्दाय दातमग्निम् अभिगुं सम्राजपतिथिं जनानामासन्ना पात्रं यन्तदेवाः हृदयाय नमः मर्माणि देवर्णमित्यादयामि सोमस्त्वा राजामृतेनाभिवत्ता पुरोर्मलीयो वरिवस्ते अस्तु जयन्तं त्वामनुदन्तु देवाः मुखाय नमः जातवेदाय दिवा पावकोऽसि वैश्वानरो यदि वा वैद्युतोऽसि सम्प्रजाभ्यो यजमानाय लोकम् ऊर्जं पुष्टिं तदद्यावत्स्व शिरसे नमः ज्योतिरस्वमन्तामारौद्रेणानीकेन परिमाग्नेऽपि प्रियमामायुंसीः एकमात्रौद्रेणानीकेन परिमाग्नेऽपि प्रियमामायुंसीः वैरसपुत्र्यो रौद्रेणानीकेन परिमाग्नेऽपि प्रियमामायुंसीः विगतैः सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते सर्वभूतेषु पराजितो भवति ततो भूतप्रेतपिशाच ब्रह्मराक्षस यक्षयमदूतशाकिनी डाकिनी सर्वश्वापत वृश्चिकतस्करा ब्रह्माभिवताकाः ज्वलन्तं पश्यन्तु मां रक्षन्तु सर्वान् रक्षन्तु.
We have completed the Rudra Puja, Mahanyasam and Ekadasa Rudram. We see so many of you, men, women, everybody chanting this Rudram. So more than 50 people today chanting. So it's very nice to see all of you chanting. You would have noticed that when we do the Shiva Puja, which took so much time, right? But finally we did one puja. So I want to talk about that today, which is the Nandikeshwara Puja. So you will be wondering why puja is also done to Nandi. So the Nandi represents so many things. Nandi represents strength. Nandi represents the progeny or Jananam, everything. They say that if there are 5,000 cows, that one Nandi is sufficient. So, to bring forth many new cows and bulls. So, Nandi is like very, very powerful animal. But most important, this is just science of Nandi. But what we have to think of is what Nandi is. Lalita Sahasramam always also says Nandi Vidya Nateshwari. So why it is called Nandi Vidya? Why Sri Vidya is called Nandi Vidya is what we should know. There are in the Sri Vidya Tantras, there are two important devatas or two important upasaka who tell us how this Sri Vidya Upasana or anything which has to be performed and done. There are two. They give us teaching or science or lesson. So it is also a science. So that's why it's a Nandi Vidya. Because it is also a science and it is also a tool. It is also a method for doing. So what those tools, methods, what is the technical name given is called Tantra. A Tantra is where the process of doing something is given. It's like a manual, like user manual or what manual, which gives us the process of doing. So what does Nandi Vidya, Nandi teach us? You would have seen that Nandi always faces Shiva. Nandi, not even 1 second, Nandi will be looking here or there like us because our mind is going wandering. But you have to have that Ekagra Chittam, which Nandi is that one teaching. So Nandi's main job is to make sure that Shiva is always happy and also Shiva is not disturbed. So if Shiva is disturbed, Shiva may not get angry, but Nandi will get really angry if Shiva is disturbed, because that is the upasana, that is the amount of Ekagra Chittam and love which Nandi has for Shiva. So continuously Nandi is looking at Shiva. So that is why in any temple, if you see, there will be Shivalinga, then there will be Nandi. Then they say that because Nandi has the first right to even see Shiva, there are in some traditions, people see the Shivalingam only from behind the Nandi. Through the ears of Nandi is what people see, the Nandi. That is what you might have known why that Nandi that becomes so important. And Nanda also means Ananda or happiness. So Sri Vidya is the Atma Vidya, Mahavidya, Sri Vidya, which is the Vidya for bliss or the Anandam. So that is also another name why it is called Nandi Vidya. And also only time Nandi changes the face, you would have known is only when during Pradosha Kala Shiva is going outside to do the Pradakshina. That is the only time Nandi is not watching Shiva, but Shiva is watching Nandi. That is the only time.
He becomes a vehicle.
And and because because now Nandi has transformed into another aspect, becoming a vehicle. So it is the means of something. So what that Nandi Vidya means is, for us, as everybody having the Shakti in us, the Kundalini Shakti, and making that meet with the Paramashiva, and that is what Nandi stands for. So Nandi is also a vehicle, is a method or the way prescribed, user manual prescribed for us to reach Paramashiva, to get the highest happiness, or Nanda or Nandi. That is why it's called Nandi Vidya. And for Nandi, with so much of importance given, but Nandi does not want anything. Even when you do upachara, Nandi does not want any upachara. So we only do the same upachara, the Gandham, Dhupam, Deepam, which we have offered to Shiva only. And even the Pushpam, Nandi does not want separate Pushpam. Shiva Nirmalyam Samarpayami. Only the Shivas, whatever has been offered as Pushpam to Shiva, Nandi takes it. Same way, Prasadam also, you don't have to make separate Prasadam for Nandi. Nandi will only take what has been only offered to Shiva. So Shiva Prasadam Nivedayami. So that is the greatness of Nandi. But what we have to see is the steadfastness, the strength and steadfastness of Nandi, always looking at Shiva without wavering anywhere, and having that Ekagra Chittam is what Nandi stands for. And there are two important Devi Upasakas. So one is the Nandi. That is why you might be wondering why this Nandi becomes Nandi Vidya Nateshwari in Lalita Sahasranama. Because Lalita Sahasranama is about the Sri Vidya. So this Nandi Vidya is telling us the path to reach Paramashiva or the Parama Ananda. That is a Nandi Vidya. So there is another biggest Tantrika, Sri Vidya Upasaka, is Hanuman. Hanuman also same thing represents, he is only having this Ekagra Citta, he has only one direction, which is always looking at Rama only. So whatever Hanuman does, to him, only what Rama is doing, is Rama happy, or does Rama has everything, so he is only focused only on Rama. And again the Ramayana reveals so many Sri Vidya secrets. Ramayana as a story, you all know, but there are a lot of hidden Sri Vidya secrets in Ramayana. One is, Rama is the Paramashiva or Parabrahma, and Sita is our own Shakti or the Kundalini Shakti. So one is the Paramatma, which is the Rama, and Shiva as the Jivatma as the Kundalini Shakti. And using, I said, the Tantra means using a tool or method, right? So here Hanuman is the Chandra or the tool. So how do you do sadhana? We all do in Sri Vidya the Bhuta Shuddhi, you are doing pranayama. So when you do the avaganam to deity, when you pray, what Mahatripura Sundari, how we do the avaganam is, from our Mooladhara Chakra, the Kundalini which is sleeping, we make that Kundalini awake, then using with the two nadis, Ida and Pingala nadis, left and side, taking that Kundalini Shakti through the Sushumna Nadi directly to the Sahasrara where Shiva is residing. So the Vayu Tattva, which is the air, here that is what represented by Anjaneya, Hanuman. So he is the Vayu, where he is the link between Sita and Rama. So and what Hanuman also represents is, we pray to Hanuman and say, Buddhir Balam Yashodhairyam Nirbhayatvam Arogata. When you are praying and say, you are Buddhi, you are Balam, you are Yashaha, all that we tell Hanuman, right? Why do we say is because we want that from Hanuman. We say, what is the purpose of even praising Hanuman if we are not going to benefit? All the praise we are telling him is, I want buddhi. Because Hanuman is the most intelligent person in the whole Ramayana. Without Hanuman, there is no way that Sita and Rama can ever meet. Even after 14 years, they can meet. Because the 14 years, the time is done, right? But without Hanuman, there is no way Rama and Sita can meet. And that is why Hanuman is the thing which the Jivatma, which is the Sita, is now merged through the Vayu Tattva to the Paramatma, which is the Paramashiva. So Rama is also, another name is also Paramashiva. Rama. And because Rama is a general word used as Ramyate, means that which gives happiness. So what gives happiness is this Nandi Vidya or the Sri Vidya. So that is the two important deities we are going to pray. And so we today we started with that, the puja to Shiva, where the Nandi is the main deity as a Nandi Vidya. And next week, when we do the Chandi Homam, we do it in Hanuman temple to praise that Anjanaya. So to us, to show us that they are giving us the path to realization, or the Atma Vidya, or the self-knowledge. So these are all, Sri Vidya is also called self-knowledge. So that is why when we say that when Nandi is facing Shiva, it is like Alayam, or Alayam means Layam is like Samharam, where it is just merging totally with that, having one mind into that Shiva. So we all have, so how can we do is, our own eyes, which because of the nature of our eye, is that eyes can only see outside things. Even if you want, if there are doctors here, you can ask the doctors, even if they remove our eyes and put the eyes the other side, you will see nothing. Not even now, the doctor would have, okay, I will make you see inside. They put it inside, neither you will see inside nor outside. Because the eyes are only for looking outside only. But what is that which you can see inside is manas, or our mind. Our mind is able to do inside. So that is that. So when the mind, you rotate that mind to face us, that is what Nandi, who is seeing outside, is rotated to face Shiva. So same way our mind should rotate to face our own self inside. That is why it is called the Atma Vidya, the self-knowledge. So today we have done the Udra. I saw that everybody chanted really well. One thing, because even there are so many of you chanting, somehow even if one is out of tune or out of swaram, I am able to hear it, which is fortunate or unfortunate. I am able to hear even the smallest. So, which is sometimes good, sometimes not good, because it is good because you are not perturbed or you are not affected by that mistake or anything, right? Because you are not, you don't listen or hear it. But it is bad because that flow, anything it can affect. So same way, when we are chanting correctly, those sitting next to us, they will get lot of benefit. But when in any Veda we make a mistake, then those who are sitting next to you and others, they also will lose the track. The Veda is more a rhythm thing. You might think, I am having the book, I am saying correctly, but if somebody else makes a mistake, why I should get? It's like it will derail. It's like a train. The train will derail, or you will lose the track. If even somebody, that is why we have given. Even if you have known, you have already chanted, you should try to learn the classes which we are given in the Bhaskar Prakash Ashram YouTube and also in the Bhaskar Prakash Ashram app, so that without our knowledge, whatever, because we have been chanting from childhood, so I can make mistake, all of us, because we are chanting from childhood, this is not one time we are chanted. So what happens is when you are chanting like 5,000 times, 10,000 times from childhood, we are no longer chanting from our mind. So now the muscle memory takes over. So because of that, without our knowledge, if we have been wrongly chanting for 25 years, that wrong thing will automatically come. So you have no control about it, because that is why we have to consciously make an effort to do the learn the Rudram in the correct way. And also now the Chamakam also I have given the class. Today I think there will be evening also there is a class for Chamakam. So go into those Chamakam, because I see that Rudram 95% to 100, 99%, everybody is there for Rudram. But when it comes to Chamakam, it is very bad. So I have to be very honest. So it's so, because I'm able to see, it is, you have to make sure that you are learning Chamakam also correctly. Yeah, it is not difficult, but learn the Chamakam also correctly. And one more thing, that finally is that Rudra Upanishad. I want all of you. Next time when all this, today I saw we had like 70 or 80 devotees. Next time all the 80 should be chanting the Rudra Upanishad. It is not difficult, but we have again given the class. It is in our YouTube.
I'll post the link now.
We'll post the link for you to learn. So that is, it is called Learn Rudra Upanishad. Very, very important Vedic text, very important. And it is not difficult. That is the good thing about Rudra Upanishad, because everything is repeated. Harom, only thing is make sure how I am chanting. From the book you will not get Harom, I am saying extend it. Harom, Yogave, Rudrasa. So many, they will, because you are just, it is easy, right? They will say Rudrasya Bhagavan. It is not Rudrasya Bhagavan, it is Rudrasa. Rudraha, sa means Rudrasa. Rudrasya, it is there, it becomes a Shashti Vibhakti in Sanskritam. It is a Rudraha Prathama. Rudraha sa Bhagavan. Then you have to seek, make sure that there are differences. Some of them are masculine, some of them are feminine, some are neuter. Based on that, Yaha, when it is masculine, it will become Yascha. When it is neuter, general, plural, it becomes Yanicha. Then it is, if it is neuter, singular, it becomes Yatcha, it becomes Yatcha. So Yascha, so when you say Yascha, it is for masculine. When you say Yatcha, it is for neuter. Okay. So why I am telling you all this is, for general listener, Yascha, Yatcha, it's all the same, right? When you are listening from outside, you may not even notice these small nuances. And they say all the devil is in the detail. You have to really go into smallest thing when you learn. That is very important. You have to learn the smallest, because you might think, what if I say Yatcha or Yascha, but the Sanskritam language is like that. If it is masculine, it becomes Yaha, then Ya, and again water. For some reason, Prithvi is feminine. So we say Yacha Prithvi, Bhuva Suvaha. We don't say Yascha Prithvi, because Prithvi is, Bhumi is feminine gender. So Yacha Prithvi, Bhuva Suvaha. Then Apaha, water. You might wonder, water in Sanskritam is again feminine gender. So Yaschapo, and it is also always, it's called Apaha Shabdam is Nitya, three lingaha. Nitya Bahuvachanam means always only plural only. So it has no Ekavachanam and Dvivachanam. So Yaha, so Yascha Bhuvasuvas Tasmai Vai Namo Namah Sirsham Janado. Again I would have Yelangila Janado Vishwaruposi. So that small pause how I give, exactly you have to learn So, so how many days you are going to take to learn this? It's a question for everybody. 1 month?
1 year.
You have 1 year, but this is a small thing, right?
Yeah.
So you have 1 year to learn Rudram and Chamakam, all of you. You have 1 year because we are going to have Ati Rudram in Chicago. So that is why all of you, it is very important that if there are even 500 chanters in the Chicago area, so you have to motivate, not only you learn, you have to motivate everybody
Everybody else.
to learn that there are at least, we should be in a position where we are able to do even Ati Rudram on 1 day. That is what I like, that is the level. Yeah, come here.
Just take
So we have to be in a position where you are able to learn and also motivate others to come for the Ati Rudram and stay here for all the 11 days. And so we will announce later all the details, but mostly the days will be June 27 to July 7. So those will be the days for this Ati Rudram. So make sure that you block your calendar for next year now itself. Yeah, because here one thing I see is in America, everybody is always busy. That is the one thing. So you have to tell them 1 year ahead of time because their calendar gets booked. I don't know how fast because that busy we are. Maybe we can say you just block the calendar to just show others also that we are busy. So there are two. Maybe that is also one reason. But make sure that you are learning and doing the Rudram Chamakam from the classes and also the Shiva Upanishad. So all the three things.
I've already posted the link in VPA Chicago.
Very
Yeah.
good.